Today we will talk about how to grow very thick hair. First of all, it's worth talking about iron. What is iron? Iron is a metal, a mineral that is involved in the creation of hemoglobin, which carries oxygen in the blood, and if you do not have hemoglobin in the scalp, then oxygen does not reach the hair roots and follicles. And without iron, you are literally depriving your hair of the oxygen it needs to grow. Iron is very easy to obtain, especially if you're not vegan. Eating red meat several times a week will give you plenty of iron. Iron is also found in many other foods. Next is zinc. If you are zinc deficient, as many people are, you will have a very difficult time growing thick hair. It will be very thin and sparse. Zinc is part of hundreds of enzymes, especially those that help make proteins. And hair is protein. So without zinc, your hair won't grow well, and it won't be as thick as you'd like it to be. So zinc is very important for hair, skin, nails, and more. It's also worth mentioning that there is a condition called telogen alopecia. It is a condition in which, due to shock or stress, the hair falls out and becomes very, very thin, very, very brittle, the cause of which is stress. So if you are pregnant, for example, and you don't know why your hair has become thin, this is the cause. If you're emotionally stressed, or you've lost a loved one, or you've had an operation or an accident, or you've overtrained, all of these things can increase cortisol, and cortisol increases the need for zinc. If you're low in zinc, you're going to have a hair problem. It's also worth knowing that if you consume a lot of alcohol, or consume a lot of sugar, or get a lot of copper for some reason, all of these things will lead to a zinc deficiency. Shellfish, such as oysters, are the richest in zinc, but zinc is also found in red meat. The next item is omega-3 fatty acids. If you don't like fish, or you don't like cod liver oil, you may be deficient in omega-3 fatty acids. If you eat the way most Americans eat, you have a lot of omega-6 fatty acids, and this can cause a deficiency of omega-3 fatty acids, and this is a possible cause of severe hair thinning. Eat enough salmon or cod liver oil to get omega-3 fatty acids. Plus, omega-3 fatty acids are good at reducing inflammation. So if you have baldness, it means your inflammation levels are too high. The next factor that is very important for thick hair is vitamin D. Vitamin D is just extremely important for hair growth. It directly stimulates hair growth, and many people are deficient in vitamin D. Try to get vitamin D from the sun. Vitamin D is very important in terms of immune support for hair. This is due to both inflammation and autoimmune diseases, because there are autoimmune diseases that lead to hair loss on the head. People with such diseases need much more vitamin D than everyone else. They need 40,000 or maybe 50,000 units of vitamin D per day. Next is selenium. Yes, selenium is very important for thyroid health. You may know that a slow thyroid gland can stop hair growth. Selenium is an important antioxidant for hair. It reduces inflammation. It definitely prevents baldness, as well as the appearance of dandruff. Perhaps you have heard of the Selsun Blue tool. It is selenium sulfate. This remedy suppresses the fungus that leads to dandruff. Selenium is very important for hair and scalp. Just one Brazil nut will give you a daily dose of selenium. The next item is biotin. Biotin is very important for improving keratin, the protein that makes up hair, to increase its strength. Biotin is very important for this, and biotin is produced by our intestinal flora. That's why taking antibiotics can lead to thinning hair. Why? The antibiotic kills the beneficial bacteria that produce this vitamin from group B. Biotin perfectly helps many people grow thick hair. The next point is low folate levels. Doctors advise never to take folic acid, that is a synthetic version of folate. Always take folate, the natural form. There are different forms of it. You need a natural one. Folates are a cofactor for a variety of proteins in the body, including proteins of hair, skin, and nails. So without folates, it will be very difficult for you to fully synthesize proteins needed for different parts of the body. But folates are very easy to get. Just eat greens regularly and get enough folate. They are found in dark leafy greens. Further, vitamin C is essential for collagen, and hair is partially made up of collagen, so vitamin C is essential. Do not take synthetic vitamin C, only natural, or just eat food with him. You can get a lot of vitamin C from fresh or sauerkraut, berries, bell peppers, and almost any other vegetables. If there is enough vitamin C in the body, then collagen is very durable. Here are some more tips on how to grow thick hair. First, sea kelp. Its benefits for hair are that it contains trace elements: iodine, selenium, zinc, and manganese. but they also contain amino acids and B vitamins. So kelp is a very good product for hair growth. It is also worth mentioning about excessive hair washing. Some people wash their hair too often. This dries out the hair and strips it of oil. If you use shampoo with sulfates, they dissolve the protein in the hair, strip the hair of oil, and this is very damaging to the hair, so do not wash your hair too often. The shampoo used is of great importance. It is recommended to use a sulfate-free shampoo, which contains a lot of pure ingredients, without side effects, but the main thing is that it should not contain sulfates. It is also recommended to use a good conditioner with harmless components, with essential oils and essential fats that can be absorbed into the hair and revitalize it. The water used for taking a shower also plays an important role. If it's tap water that has fluoride and chlorine in it, it's bad. Just put the filter on. Hair dye. If you color your hair, just find someone to help you switch to a non-toxic hair dye. There are enough non-harmful chemicals for hair coloring. Find a more natural dye. Even if it's more expensive, it will pay off in the future. The next point concerns stress. Stress can have a huge impact on the quality of protein produced on the scalp. The reason is excess cortisol, with its powerful catabolic effect. So it breaks down proteins. So do what you can to reduce your stress levels. Avoid intensive use of hot tools on the hair. If possible, avoid using a blow dryer, flat iron, or curling iron. These tools can burn the ends of your hair, causing split ends and breakage. This, in turn, makes your hair thinner. If you do want to use heat to style your hair, apply a heat protectant first and limit the use of hot tools to about once a week. The last point I want to mention is smoking. Smoking not only depletes the supply of nutrients, it dries the hair very much. It causes hair oxidation. Smoking gets a lot of chemicals into your hair. Smokers have completely dry hair and skin and look old. So if you smoke, do your best to quit. Now, you have good information on how to make your hair thicker. If this video was useful to you, then like it and share it with your friends. Friends, write in the comments which of these tips will you try first.